Frame control is therefore an incredibly powerful subject. One, as I said, that's used with all of these other fields in the world. But in reality, you need to understand exactly what a frame is before you can understand how to control it. A frame is defined in social theory, and I want to make sure I get this right, as a means of interpretations, a collection of stereotypes that individuals use to try and understand and respond to given events. When we try and understand a given event, we make sense of it by using our current stereotypes and ideas to understand what's happening. We're using preconceived notions, imagination, and our previous experiences to understand what's being presented before us. For example, if a man is walking down the street and he rapidly opens and closes one eye, what is he doing? Is he winking? Or is he blinking? I said the word rapidly. Did that alter your opinion of what happened? A bunch of people listening to this will think he was winking. A bunch of others will think he's blinking. Depending on the way that I present the story, your opinion will change. If I was to explain to you that he had a bit of dust in his eye, he's no longer winking. He was blinking. He was blinking the dust from his eye. If I explained to you that there was a beautiful girl walking in the opposite direction, he was winking. He saw the girl and he thought he'd wink at her. If there was a piece of dust in his eye and a beautiful girl walking towards him, and he rapidly opened and closed one eye once, you'd suddenly, after hearing everything else I've said, get a little bit confused as to exactly what was going on. There's too much information. You realize that you don't know enough about the situation to make a decision, and it triggers confusion. At this point, you become very susceptible to listening to my further clarification of the event, which of course is completely fictional, yet every single person listening to this story will have probably got caught up in it. This shows you just how easily we're manipulated by additional events and our understanding of being able to relate to that event and incorporate it and understand what's happening. Human beings have a drive to try and make connections out of things. And the more information we're given, the more we make those connections. But the information we're given is of course controlled by the person giving us that information. And if you're very clever with what you say and how you say it, you can alter opinions of what's going on. For example, I give an example like this on the boot camp, not for frame control, but for a different subject, for pre-selection. A man walks into a nightclub with two girls on his arm. What's happening there? Is he a lucky guy? Are you thinking, go on, son, well done, he's getting a threesome? Are you jealous? Your individual perceptions as you're watching this will differ from everybody else's. There'll be some people that conform and agree with the same idea, but there'll be differences. There'll be a divergence of opinion. What if I alter your opinion? What if I tell you they're his sisters? The situation changes. You reformat your brain to think of a new idea. Now he's a protective brother. Now he's somebody that's going out there looking after his sisters, protecting them in the nightclub. What if I were to tell you he was their stepbrother? Another opinion comes. Maybe you start thinking that perhaps he's contemplating incest because they're not blood related. Who knows? Each of your own individual experiences and knowledge and perceptions will affect your view of what's happening. It is incredibly important that you understand, because the frame is your understanding of what's going on versus my understanding of what's going on. Frame control is our ability to enforce our frame on somebody else's, to ensure that our frame is the dominant one. Sometimes you'll do that by allowing the other person to think that their frame is the dominant one and that they're taking the action and the decisions. Now, at the moment, what we're talking about is a very big, flowery concept. The idea of frames and putting them on top of each other. What we're really talking about are perceptions and knowledge and information. And we control that by the way we describe things. Different descriptions of what you're being told will affect and alter the way you understand a situation. That's why largely when we talk to girls, we're in control of what they think of us. When you first speak to them, the way you first speak to them, you're putting yourself across as one of a different type of guy. You might be the kind of guy she's attracted to, you might not. Everything about yourself is giving her preconceived notions. If you open a girl wearing an Empire Strikes Back Star Wars t-shirt, she makes an instant decision about you. She thinks, there's a man that likes Star Wars. She thinks, there's a man that likes movies. There's a man that likes geeky sci-fi movies. Ergo, he's a geeky man that likes sci-fi movies. That's her initial observation she's made of you. If you're a man and you're wearing a Metallica t-shirt, she assumes you like the band Metallica. If you tell her the t-shirt belongs to your brother because all of your clothes are at the dry cleaners because your laundry machine broke down, her opinion changes again. But still, you've kind of been tarnished with that original frame. But you are capable of getting out of it. Your opinion on any given situation is influenced by the way it is framed to you.